Hey everyone, welcome to episode 41 of Miami Masterclass. My name is Ian. I do have a little bit of a confession to make. I stuffed up. I was actually recording episode 41 earlier today, in fact, and I covered all of these three games. And it was really exciting stuff. And unfortunately, I finished recording, went to start editing, and realised that the recorder that I used wasn't set to actually record out of the park baseball. So we basically just had a black screen and me talking. So whilst I did consider uploading it because it's probably no more boring than listening to me normally, I figured you do want some visual stimulation. So what I'm going to have to do is actually do a recap of these three games and then start recording on these two, possibly two deciding games. So to start off, we did win the first game 15-4. We built it out 23 hits to 11. Kutch was fantastic. He was 4 for 4 at one stage. Everyone got into the hits column. Kyle Schwarber with the standout, though. He got two-run home runs, which was huge. I mean, we battered them all over the park. Vance Worley, he only lasted 3 1/3 innings. He did absolutely nothing. Brandon Finnegan was a little slow getting going. As you can see, it was a very high-scoring game initially, and then we really started to pull away. It was top stuff. I was really excited, and I mean, obviously you guys won't hear that. The big blow, though, was Casey Saltis. He actually got injured. He's out for the rest of the season. So if we do actually make the World Series, he's gone. Really disappointing. He did it, there you go, reoccurring back spasms. I think he was running the bases. He got a lead-off double, I think, or something like that, and then got injured. Raul Muto came on and then did nothing ever again. So, so I was really excited after this game. 15-4, I thought, here we go, the hits are coming. We are on fire. We then lost the next game 3-0. We left 8 men on base. Kutch went hitless. Mazara hitless. Castellanos hitless. Panic hitless. It was awful. It was absolutely awful to watch. Aaron Blair, he lasted 6 innings, but he was very, very slow to get going, really. And yeah, I mean, Kuchno, in terms of his numbers, he's very similar to Aaron Blair, but he was lights out for them and thoroughly deserved player of the game. So we'll gloss over that one because that was an awful game. We then came into game 5 and we lost this one 4-2. We left 9 men on base to their 3. And yet again, we did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Profar, look, he struck out 3 times. Made the plate 3 times, struck out 3 times. Awful stuff, really. Kyle Schwarber, he's the lone man that's actually been getting hits all through that 3-game series. Castellanos, also the lone standout. The big one, though, is Adam Conley, who, of course, our star pitcher who's been playing so well this year. He did absolutely nothing. 2 solo home runs in the first 2 innings by Polanco and O'Brien, I believe it was. They put them up 2-0, and we were chasing the game after that. So, yeah, it's in a way I'm glad that I didn't record them correctly because it was very, very dull watching me whinging and complaining about how we can't get hits. So this is the decider for us. We lose this one, we are out. I will have a quick look because one thing that I did notice is I need to get the where are we? AI to set it up. So because we lost Casey Saltis, the lineups card wasn't actually showing correctly. But yeah, so carrying on where I left off, this is do or die. We lose, we're out. We win, we go to the deciding game, but we're back in Pittsburgh now, so I don't really like our chances. Something that I will mention that I need to is if we are going to make the World Series, we need to do it this year because the Yankees swept the Rangers in 4 games, and they are the second wildcard team. The Yankees. So, yeah, I mean, if we're going to do it, now's our time to do so because I really think if we get to the World Series, we can take the Yankees. I think if the Rangers had got through, it would have been touch and go, but this Yankees team isn't anything fantastic, so there's no point in worrying too much about that, though, because, of course, we've still got our own series to play. But we'll get straight into it. Now, we need hits. The last 2 games have been disappointing, to say the least. Kutch has been very, very average. Profile hasn't been too bad. Kyle Schwarber will be in that catcher role. Abraham Almonte has been playing left field for the injured Casey Saltis. Otherwise, Mazara has been awful lately. Castellanos hasn't been too bad. AJ Reed has made the first base his own, but CJ Cron usually comes in a pinch hit role for him and then strikes out and does nothing. So that'll be interesting to see how he plays. Taylor Jungmann is on the mound for us. He did very well. In fact, he's got 2 winning decisions in the playoffs, so that's really, really good. And we're against this guy, Jameson Taylor, who, you know what, he's put up very, very good numbers, considering his age and that sort of thing. But playoffs, look at that, he's 6.19 ERA with 2 losing decisions, so that's going to be really, really important. Polanco has been their real star. He's just all over the place. He's hitting home runs, he's getting doubles, he's getting all sorts of things. He's a real concern. In fact, this 3, 4, and 5, of course, as you'd expect, are all fantastic players. They're all just getting loads of hits. Sandoval, Buckner have been a little bit disappointing, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's get straight into it. So as I say, this is do or die. We lose this game, we are out of the playoffs, and I really don't want to do that. I'm really hoping that this episode is a long one, because I really want to be showing you the Game 7 as well. And then hopefully another episode after that with the start of the World Series. But obviously, let's worry about this, as we are 1 inning down and it's still zip. So Castellanos picks up our first hit. AJ Reed flies out to Buckner in left field. Almonte with a 4-pitch walk though, and Joe Panic flies out. Joe Panic has been really disappointing in this. There you go, Polanco with the double. Say no more. Joe Panic has been really, really disappointing in these playoffs. I expected so much more from him as the Pirates leave Polanco stranded. As Kutch gets a walk. Profile flies out to centre field. Can Schwarber do anything? He's been doing all right. And he does a 2-run home run. He's done that before. Over Polanco's head. Over the scoreboard. We are up 2-0. Mazzara strikes out. I'm not too surprised about that. He's been playing very poorly as well. Mazzara and Panic have been really, really disappointing. As Tucker gets a double. Camacho flies out to Mazzara in right field, and Austin Meadows flies out to his opposite number, Kutch in centre field. Kutch is of course, playing in PNC Park, but playing for the wrong team. Castellanos with the walk. AJ Reed gets a single. Castellanos moves over to second. So we are no outs here with Almonte, who gets a single as well. Can Castellanos come home on it? No, he doesn't. So we leave the bases loaded. Panic gets hit by a pitch, which brings Castellanos home. So we are up 3-0 now. And Jungmann gets a single, which brings Reed home. Can Almonte do it? No, Almonte holds up at third as well. Bases are still loaded, no outs. We have got an out now. Kutch flying out to left field, which brings... Who was that? Was that Almonte home? Yes, it brings Almonte home. And the fly out to right field. Panic scores. Mazzara flies out on a pop-up to the shortstop, Cole Tucker. But 4 runs in the 4th yet again. And we are up 6-0 in this game. It is not over, as Polanco gets a single, but Collins grounds into the double play to end their inning. How good have we been playing now? We're getting hits again. I don't understand this. We got all those hits in that in Game 3, and then Games 4 and 5 we did absolutely nout, which is actually an English phrase, not an Australian phrase. Nout. There you go. You're learning something. But Jungmann has been lights out yet again. If he doesn't get player of the game for his performance, I don't know who does. As Kutch gets a single on an infield hit, Profar flies out to Buckner, and that ends the 6th inning for us. So we are still up 6-0 on 6 hits. Cole Tucker with a single. Camacho flies out. Meadows gets a single, so we've got men on first and second, but Tucker moves over to third. So men on the corners now for the Pirates, with 1 out. Actually, there you go, Austin Meadows moved up as well. Now Gregory Polanco, this is a real big opportunity, but he flies out. They leave 2 men in scoring position, and we are still up 6-0 after the full 6 innings. Mazzara, very, very disappointed in him. Castellanos gets a single, 2-out single. AJ Reed strikes out, though. As we've actually already driven their pitcher from the game. I didn't even notice that. I keep looking at the scoreboard. I'm looking up, smiling at it. I'm happy. 6-0. How good are we going? As another inning is done. Taylor Jungmann, how good has he been playing? Sensational. Joe Panic, he flies out to Buckner, as does Taylor Jungmann, and that's 8 innings done for us. But we're still up 6-0. Kevin Kramer comes in with a single. Tucker gets hit by a pitch. This could be the end of Taylor Jungmann. Fly out, but Kramer tags up, moves over to third. So they've got men on the corners with one out here. Taylor Jungmann still on the mound. Austin Meadows on a line drive to Profar. Bell, what can he do? Can they bring a run home? As we're looking at the pickoffs at the moment. And he doesn't. He strikes out. That's 3 down. So yes, we are up 6-0 here as we move into the 9th inning. Profar flies out to centre field. Schwarber, he's the one that started the runs with that 2-run blast in the 3rd, but he grounds out, so we are moving into the bottom of the 9th. Taylor Jungmann looks like he's going to possibly do a complete game here, and he is very, very likely to do it. He's 1 out away, and he does. Nick Buckner flies out to Andrew McCutcheon. He struck out, how many is that? Struck out 4. There you go. He did a complete game, Taylor Jungmann, and thoroughly deserved his player of the game. In fact, there we go. He even got an achievement. I don't know if that shows on the recording or not, but we did get a Steam achievement for that. So that's fantastic stuff. 4 strikeouts, only the 1 walk, 7 hits over the 9 innings. Taylor Jungmann. I can't fault this guy. What a signing he has been for us. And that has tied the series. So we are going into a deciding game. Thank Christ for that. Sorry for those of you who are religious, because I just took the Lord's name in vain there, but that's something that I do quite regularly. So we are going into the final game tomorrow. Aaron Blair against Kuchno. Truth be told, I probably wouldn't play Aaron Blair. I would be looking at playing someone else. I might even play Adam Conley. You know, I'd really prefer Adam Conley over Aaron Blair because we are going to lose. As you get in the last game, where are we? I can't even see where the last game. That was game 4 where we got blanked. We did absolutely nothing. Aaron Blair got driven from the game early, and Kuchno was lights out. So if Kuchno performs anything like he did in that game, then heaven help us. So we'll get straight into it. So no, there you go. So Brandon Finnegan. It's Brandon Finnegan that looks like he's going to play. Thank God for that. I didn't want to see Aaron Blair there. So yeah, there you go. So Brandon Finnegan against Vance Worley. Now we drew Vance Worley out of the game really, really early the last time we played him. Otherwise, let's have a look at our lineup. Anything that's super different? No, it looks like it's pretty much an unchanged lineup. Personally, if I was actually managing this game, Mazzara would be down here somewhere. I'd be perhaps bumping everyone up because Mazzara has not been firing on all cylinders. Otherwise, their team looks pretty much the same as well. They're obviously just playing to the lefty-righty split there because Gamache was higher up, I think, in yesterday's game. So we'll get into it. So this is it. This is the proper decider now. The winner goes to the World Series. Kutch gets a single. Profile gets a single as well. Kutch moves over to second. We are no outs with 2 on. Kyle Schwarber hits a single. Kutch comes home on the Kyle Schwarber single. We are up 1-0 with no outs, men on first and second. Here comes Mazzara, who's been very, very quiet. He gets a double. It must just be the commentator's curse, because every time I say someone's crap, they do well, and every time I say someone's doing well, they do crap. But Mazzara's double makes it 2-0. AJ Reed strikes out. Almonte with a 4-pitch walk. Joe Panic gets a walk as well, which brings Schwarber home. We're up 3-0 now. Vance Worley really struggling as Brandon Finnegan gets a single. Mazzara comes home. Almonte comes home as well. That is a huge thing. We're up 5-0 already. This is huge. Vance Worley is struggling. Andrew McCutcheon comes up to the plate for the second time in this inning, and he grounds out. We are up 5-0, and the Pirates haven't even had a bat yet. So Brandon Finnegan, you've got a 5-run lead to play with here. Let's not blow it now. We are 8 innings away from making the World Series as Bell gets a double. Austin Meadows gets a 4-pitch walk. Peter O'Brien strikes out. That ends their inning. We remain 5-0 in favour of us. Profile gets a leadoff single. Worley, surely. He's done 52 pitches already. Schwarber gets the double. We got men on second and third. Mazzara strikes out. That's a little bit concerning. So does Castellanos, so we're 2 outs now. AJ Reed gets hit by a pitch, but Almonte strikes out. We leave the bases loaded. We could have been up a lot more. We should have been up sort of 7 or 8-0 here. Sandoval flies out to Mazzara. Buckner gets a walk. So that's Finnegan's second walk. Gamache, what can he do as they do a pick-off throw to Buckner? But Gamache grounds into a double play, and that ends their inning. We still are up 5-0 here. We need to capitalise on Vance Worley as Panic bunts and gets on base. An error by Vance Worley. Oh no, we got men on first and second with no outs yet again. Brandon Finnegan moves over to second. Profile with the double. Finnegan comes home. Kutch moves to third. We are up 6-0 with one out. How long are they going to keep Vance Worley out there? I don't know. As a fly out to left field allows Kutch to tag up and come home. That retires the side on Mazzara's fly out to left field. We are up 7-0. Surely they're going to pull him, and they do. Neil Walker looks like he's coming in the pinch hitting role. They've pulled Vance Worley after 3 innings, and I think the damage might be done. I mean, it's early days. You can never say never in baseball. As Cole Tucker moves over to second base, Bell gets the single. Cole Tucker to third. He does come home on that single. So they pulled one back. It's 7-1, and Bell is on first base. Austin Meadows, now he's a worry, but Bell gets caught stealing second base. They're getting desperate now. We are very, very close to making the World Series. We have an 89.2% win probability here. As we got men on first and second, Jim Johnson hasn't done a great deal. Fielder's choice allows Castellanos over to third. He comes home on our Monte, moves to second. Joe Panik's single up into right field is the difference. We are 8-1 up here. Another sacrifice bunt by Finnegan moves the men over, but Kutch flies out. We leave men on second and third. It seems like when we want to start hitting, we are unstoppable. We are up 8-1 already. Peter O'Brien gets single. He looks very, very good. Pablo Sandoval flies out to our Monte. Buckner strikes out. That's only Finnegan's second strikeout, in fact. And we are still up here. Profile gets another single. He's 4 for 4 so far. Schwarber gets a walk. Mazzara, who is only 1 for 3. What can he do? He gets a single. That's what you want. Is Profile going to come home? No. So bases are loaded. They walk Castellanos, though. So Profile comes home. We are up 9-1 now. And Reed walks as well, which brings Schwarber home. It's 10-1. Bases are still loaded with no outs. Our Monte strikes out. Joe Panik, who's had a poor run lately, he flies out to Buckner, which does allow Mazzara to tag up and come home. And Brandon Finnegan flies out to Nick Buckner as well. We are up 11-1 now. Gamache, he gets a leadoff single. Singrani, he doesn't do much. He strikes out. That's only Finnegan's third. And Cole Tucker strikes out as well. Gregor Polanco gets a single. Gamache moves over to third. So they've got men on the corners with 2 outs. Joshy Bell, what can he do? He grounds out. That ends their inning. 11-1. Time is fast running out for them. We are so close to making the World Series. Profile gets a 1-out walk. Schwarber with the single. Profile just moves over to second. Mazzara strikes out swinging. And Castellanos grounds out on the 1-3. So we leave 2 men on base. We have left so many on base lately, but we're up 11-1. Austin Meadows with a lead-off double. O'Brien flies out to Mazzara. I'm surprised Meadows didn't tag, actually. And Nick Buckner, he grounds out on a 5-3 play. So it is still 11-1 after 6 innings. AJ Reed with the lead-off single, a line drive into left field. Our Monte with the double. We've got men on second and third. No outs. Romero flies out to Polanco, and Kutch strikes out. We have to be in double figures now for leaving men on base, leaving ducks on the pond. As this surely Jimmy Sherfy's actually now coming in, as it does look like Brandon Finnegan has done his job. He has done it fantastically well, restricted them to just 1 run, 6 hits. Cole Tucker gets a 2-out single. Polanco leave Polanco because Cole Tucker stole second base. Polanco gets a single, which does bring Cole Tucker home from second. So it's 11-2. It's not out yet, not over yet. And Josh Bell strikes out. So it's 11-2, 2 innings each to go. Profile with a 4-pitch walk. Schwarber grounds out, but allows Profile to progress over to second base. Mazzara flies out. Castellanos with the walk, and AJ Reed flies out to Polanco. 11-2. This is it. It's do or die now, surely. They're down to their final 6 outs. 5 outs to go. 4 outs to go. We're so close. Pablo Sandoval gets a single. So does Buckner. It's not over just yet. Jimmy Sherfy struggling a little bit as they got men on the corners with 2 outs. Gamache is at the plate. What can he do? And he gets a single. That'll bring Sandoval home. It's not over yet. Buckner moves over to third. So we still have men on the corners, 2 outs. Kevin Kramer, the pinch hitter. A wild pitch which brings Buckner home. Gamache moves over to second. It's 11-4. 4-pitch walk to Kramer, and Cole Tucker flies out to Andrew McCutchen. So it's 11-4. The game is not over yet. They still have a lot of runs to pick back up in this last inning. Joe Panic is hit by a pitch on a one out in the inning already. And there you go. Andrew McCutchen, he grounds out. So this is it. It's do or die. Pedro Baez is on the mound for us. Polanco's gone. Joshy Bell grounds out. Down to their final out. We are into the World Series. Can you believe what you have seen? We are into the World Series against the New York Yankees. This is our time. We are going to do this. I can feel it in my bones. Brandon Finnegan, with 6 innings pitched, he gave up just 1 run on 6 hits. He struck out 5 and walked 3. But Jurickson Profar picked up player of the game. He went 4 for 4. He put up brilliant numbers. In fact, everyone did really well. Castellanos, probably a bit of a minor disappointment. Kutch could have done perhaps a little bit better as well. He got 1 hit in 7 plate appearances, but I don't care. I really don't care. I'm going to give him a pass purely because he's playing his old team, and we all know in real life he loves Pittsburgh. He loves the Pirates, so I'm assuming that's why he perhaps wasn't trying as hard as he could have done. But I expect big things from him against the Yankees. So we are into the World Series. It is as simple as that. We are into the World Series. There it is. I'll just skip the next day just so we can see. So there you go. We are playing the New York Yankees in the World Series. Job is done. That's what I set out to do at the start of this series from season 1, episode 1, way back just before Christmas, What was last year? 2015? 2015 last year? Yeah, that's what I set out to do. I said I want to take the Miami Marlins to the World Series, and I've done that. If we win it, happy days. If we don't, we don't. So at the end of this World Series, it will be the end of the series that I'm doing, the YouTube series. I'm saying series a lot, aren't I? So win or lose, this will be one of the last sort of few episodes of this series. So make sure you pop a like on there if you are as pumped as me about watching this World Series. I will be doing exactly the same as I've done all through this playoff series. I'll be showing all the games. Hopefully I'll have my recording worked out and we can have some fun as we watch us try to do it with this team of misfits, this band of misfits. We got players like Taylor Jungmann, Damian Magnifico, Dan Slania. They were all outcasts. No one wanted them, and we've turned them into a winning team. This is our time. Thanks for watching, guys.